What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 110, and today we are returning with the knockout stages of Euro 2024, where you see the full fixtures there: Germany versus Turkey, France versus Spain, Portugal versus Belgium, and England versus Norway. After winning Group B, after our victory over Spain on match day 3, we now take on a Scandinavian nation for the knockout stage in the quarterfinals, and avoiding France was key from Group A. Now taking on Norway. No disrespect, but I definitely put us as firm favourites to the game. However, they would start their young talents. They've got a lot of young talent, Norway, as well. Some really good young talent coming out of that nation. None better than Haaland, of course. They've got Sander Berger as well. Really good young talented team. But after 3 wins from 3 in the group stages, heading into the last stage, I was feeling very confident. And of course, in the last episode, I left you guys on a cliffhanger. Who would start up top after Marcus Rashford scored on match day 3, assisted on match day 2 in Ivan Toney's absence? Well, I decided to go with my boy. Marcus, of course, filled in for Ivan Toney when he was injured, but I just couldn't leave Toney on the sidelines for the knockout stages, and I trusted he'd get a goal in this game to send us into the last 4. And after a fast start, 21 minutes in, we get the breakthrough, and who got the goal? It's the shocker, baby. What a decision to start him tonight. I felt confident it was going to be the right decision, and it was proved to be the case. 21 minutes in, lovely ball by Alexander-Arnold across the face of the area, and you see the run there by Toney. So direct, goes through the bodies of 2 red shirts, finds a bit of space just outside the 6-yard area, and a clinical, deft finish as he strokes it into the bottom corner and gets his first goal of the European Championship. So of course he went down 8 minutes into the group opener against Greece. Ever since then he just didn't recover. Obviously didn't play the last 2 games, he was injured, but now back on the pitch, back in the starting 11, gives us the lead, makes it 1-0, and with 12 minutes to go, and again we have played much better than our opponents. A chance to make it 2, which Ivan would take. Ollie Shaw down left hand side, having a really good game for us in this one. Shaw, he's probably our man of the match. Lovely crossing. What on earth just happened there? Ivan Toney. I mean, he had a bruised shoulder in the first game of the group stage. I'm not even sure what you could call that injury. I don't know how on earth he just pulled off that extraordinary feat of defying the laws of physics and gravity. And I don't even know, man. Like, seriously, as we know, celebrations in international games for some reason are a bit bugged, but that is just taking the piss. That's not a bug. That's a full-on bloody infection. I don't know what that means. But either way, that was really ridiculous there. Way to break the immersion, EA. But either way, 2 goals up. Ivan Toney bagging a brace, and it almost became 3-0 stoppage time. Phil Foden chipping the goalkeeper, but sadly at the crossbar as Norway would escape. And that was how the game would finish. Final score, England 2, Norway 0. We are in to the last 4. Absolutely delighted that Ivan Toney would get his first goals at the European Championship. So pleased and I made the right decision as well, starting him ahead of Marcus Rashford. But the man of the match in this game was Ollie Shaw. He was absolutely sensational, both on the defensive end and when going forward, setting up Toney for his second goal of the game and ensuring we do make through to the semi. As you can see, we'll be joining France, Portugal and Germany in the semi-finals, and we'll be taking on Germany in the last 4 as France face Portugal in a repeat of the Euro 2016 final 8 years ago, where France were beaten on home soil to Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal, who, if I remember correctly, got injured very early on in that game, where I think was it Adair scored the late goal? I can't remember now, but either way, it's France versus Portugal and England versus Germany as we take on the old enemy in the final 4. So of course these two have got such a fantastic rivalry in the decades gone by in football. So many classic matches as the years have gone by. Now taking on the Germans in the semi-final, and heading into the game I was feeling pretty pessimistic, I gotta be honest here. Germany, of course, as we know, one of the strongest nations in the world, lining up in a 3-4-3, almost a flawless team really. I would say it was going to be an even battle, and it could go either way, and it could go down to the wire as well. But 2 minutes into the game, we won ourselves one of the worst penalties I've ever seen in my entire life. Tylo Kehrer slides in on Jadon Sancho, storming down the right-hand side, comes across, wins the ball cleanly. It's never a penalty. Joachim Low couldn't believe it, and neither could I. And then I thought to myself, you know, this is like an old-school career mode, right? I'm doing things in an old-school way, how I used to do them in my previous career modes in years gone by. So why don't I do every aspect like that? And back in the old days, when I'd win a penalty like that, when it was never, ever, ever a penalty, or at least by my book, I'd either miss it intentionally or just chip it down the middle, to be fair. So I chipped it down the middle, Ter Stegen caught it comfortably, And that was that. The penalty was not chalked off, but in the end we don't reap the benefit from the poor decision from the referee. So it was the worst. It was one of the worst penalty decisions I've ever seen. It was never a spot kick. It was totally wrong. And like I said, in my old career modes, for those who watched me back in the old days, you'd know I used to either miss the penalty intentionally or chip it down the middle, to be fair. For this one, chips down the middle, Ter Stegen stays still. And that was that. It was still 0-0, and rightfully so. It would have been very unfair to score from that. So still 0-0. We were the better team in the first half. Germany were dominating possession but doing nothing with the ball. We had the chances but weren't really looking very clinical. But 12 minutes after the restart, we had a golden chance to take the lead as Jadon Sancho goes on a run. This time doesn't get taken down but finds the back of the net instead. Ivan Toney slides him through after he was taken down. Sanchez plays the advantage, runs through, beats his man with a bit of skill, then a nice little Berber spin to turn the covering defender, finds a pocket of space and drills it into the bottom corner to give England the lead in the European Championship semi-final. We've never reached the final of a European Championship before, but we are now half an hour away from doing it for the first time. England 1, Germany 0. 8 minutes to go. Toney almost made it 2. Sadly, was denied by Ter Stegen, but in the end it did not matter. The 1-0 scoreline was all we needed. Another clean sheet for the boys. Only 1 goal conceded all throughout the campaign so far. Jordan's not conceded a single goal thus far as we hold on for the win, get the victory and advance to the European Championship final. Fully deserved as well. I'm glad I didn't rue missing that penalty on purpose as well. We make it through to the final courtesy of Sancho's super goal. He's probably been our best player of the campaign so far, and in the final we'll be taking on France on the 14th of July. So it's our first ever European Championship final. We've never won it before. It's France in the final. 8 years ago, they of course had the heartbreaking defeat on home soil to Portugal by a goal to nil. 2 years later, they got redemption by beating Croatia in the World Cup final in Russia 2018. But now here in Germany, sadly, unfortunately, not at the Olympiastadion. Even though the draw for who would host the Euros back in for 2024 was made back in 2018, EA don't have it registered as us playing in Germany. But it's not the Olympiastadion, but it is Germany. Let's just say it's Germany as we take on France in our first ever European Championship final. First time we've got it, my aim was to get here, but now we are here. I believe we can go all the way and win the trophy as well. It's going to be tough against one of the best countries in the world. These two have had some amazing battles in years go by, but this one, the biggest of the lot between the two nations. France versus England in Euro 2024 final. It says the part of France, but it's not. It's Germany. Who's going to win the Euros, France or England? Come on, England. Let's bring it home. England have never won the Euros, as we know, and they've never even reached a final of the competition before. Got to the semi-finals twice, but never reached a final. So already, we've had a fantastic campaign. This was what we were hoping for, a semi-final place, but now we've got there. Obviously, we want to win it. And Jadon Sancho has been our player of the tournament. And, he almost gave us the lead 4 minutes into the final. If we're going to win tonight and win these Euros, I think Sancho is going to be the hero. So close to scoring a stunning goal to give us the lead. Off the woodwork, still 0-0. Fast start though. Sure, a nice little ball roll there. Finds Ali. And that's a poor ball with Dele. I don't know what he's trying to do there, but he wins it back. And now we have a chance to break here. Toney. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Sterling. Sterling. Oh! Misses the target. Misses the target. How on earth I failed at the target from there? I know the ball's bouncing. I know it's on his weaker left foot, but that should have been 1-0 England, or at least testing the goalkeeper. Wide the post, still 0-0. Both our wing wizards missing great chances early. Has been a great start this from England though. We look very, very lively out there, and we look more energised than France really, as Sterling is away down left-hand side and he's in behind Dagba. Ali. Oh, Lafont, excellent stop. This time we do hit the target, but great save by France, number one. You can see him puffing out his cheeks there. He's been worked quite a bit in these early stages. Dele Alli denied. Great start from England, but can't keep missing these chances. One of them has got to find the back of the net. Sancho's delivery. Fisted away, and France will clear. I'm just starting to wonder, even so early on into the game, not even played a third of it yet, where it's just not going to be our night. But that's great work from Ollie Shaw there. He's been one of our best players this tournament. And he's fed through Sterling. And come on, surely the fourth time I'm asking. Sterling, oh, they're giving him space. Yes, and there it is. Squeeze in the near post, and there's the breakthrough. Sterling with the finish, and England have their deserved lead here in Germany. Shaw plays Sterling down left. He's let go by the French right back. And I must say for Lafont there, after a fabulous save on Dele Alli just a few moments ago, well, let's just say he certainly didn't get his angles right there. Squoze in at the near post. Lafont rooted to the ground, and Sterling gives England the lead. Also, squoze. He squozed it in. I don't think that's a word. But you know what? I don't care. We're leading by a goal. Raheem's got it. And he certainly makes amends after missing what was an easier chance earlier. But a chance for France to respond. Oh, Jordan Pickford. What a save. Excellent stop by our number one there. As he smothers his body at the feet. And as the shot comes in, it's a wonderful reactionary save with the left arm. Turn behind for a corner, and here come France. Ali to Shaw. And Ollie's looked good early tonight. He's got the assist, actually, for the Sterling goal, thinking about it. And as Raheem has played down left-hand side, he's continued to run there, Shaw. Oh, bloody hell. I didn't get that right. But this is what I like about Ollie Shaw, you know. He goes forward so often during the game. He's not a fullback, he's a wing-back. And I must admit, as his career progresses, if we want to train his attacking stats, I definitely could see in the future him being retrained to play as a left wing. Because look at him just always storming forward. Always looking to get on the offensive. And he's such a handful for opposition fullbacks. As Tony is offside. He's so aggressive when he gets going. It's so hard to stop. So powerful. He's giving Dagba a lot to think about right now. Because he can't cope with him. He can't cope with him and Sterling attacking together. But as we still lead by one. Tony's found him. Oh! Yes! And in the European Championship final, the Blades boys, now in Rome, link up for our second goal. Wonderful 1-2 between Shaw and Ivan. And the shocker, who couldn't score against Germany in the semis, gets the goal in the final. And am I pleased? I opted to start my boy over Marcus Rashford in the knockout stages. Ollie Shaw and Ivan Toney, brothers in arms, have just given us a 2-goal lead right before half-time, heading into the dressing room. And Shaw in this first half has been sensational. France 0, England 2. What a first half, and we are 45 minutes away from making history and winning our first ever European Championship. The fans don't seem to care, but I certainly do. What a first 45 minutes. Ollie Shaw is on fire. Corner for France, Coman takes, and Hernandez's header goes wide. And the French will be really going at us here in this second half because they're down by 2 and they need goals. 8 years ago, beaten finalists on home soil. 6 years ago, redemption. They won the World Cup in Russia. But tonight, well, they've got to get a move on because right now, we're in control. It's a lovely ball out wide towards Kingsley Coman, who's kept the ball in play there. Trent comes across to meet him as France are forced back to Mendy. And Mendy's done incredibly well there. In goes the cross. Shaw is there to head it away. He has been absolutely textbook tonight. Still leading by 2. 15 minutes to go. We've got one hand on the trophy. Ollie Shaw breathes. Oh, wonderful technique there by Shaw. But no, to be fair, he has been brilliant tonight. Lovely ball through the Hudson-Odoi there. And I'll give it back to him so he can cross. Oh! Oh, he's done it! I've just realised Mason Mount off the bench has secured it. It's France 0, England 3, and Ollie Shaw has just got a hat-trick of assists in the European Championship final. It's the first time he's done it. He's come close a couple of times in the series, but that there has secured it in the European Championship final. France 0, England 3. Sterling, Tony, Mount the goal scorers, all set up by Oliver Shaw. It's over. The trophy is coming home. France 0, England 3. We're European Championship winners for the first time ever. Corner for England. I'll tell you what. The real icing on the cake here. Oh, he did win the header as well. Would be if Ollie Shaw could get his first ever goal in professional football. And you know, we've been talking about future England captains going forward with our country. John Stones now 30 years old. He might not even be at the World Cup in 2 years' time. He probably will be, but there's no guarantee. Oliver Shaw tonight, hat-trick of assists on the big stage. Is he perhaps the future captain of this England team? Well, on the basis of tonight's performance, he's made a very strong case that he should be wearing the armband in 2 years' time. What a display tonight from our number 3. Absolutely perfect. And we are just waiting for the final whistle to come any second now, and that will confirm it for the first time ever. England are winners of the European Championship. Without doubt, our greatest performance with the national side since we took over. 2 years ago, heartbreak in the World Cup, knocked out by Argentina in the semis, but tonight, here in the Euros this summer, absolute redemption. 3-0 the final score, thoroughly deserving winners of the championship and the final tonight as well. And there'll be parties up and down the country, all across the streets of Manchester, Liverpool, London, Birmingham, everywhere. Tonight, England, European champions for the first time ever, and what a performance as well. Obviously, no doubt about it, Oliver Shaw, man of the match in this game, as John Stones lifts the trophy again. 2 years' time, it could well be Shaw holding the armband. That's what I'm thinking about already, but finally, first piece of success with the national side, and it comes, our first ever European Championship. So yeah, 3-0 the final score, and what a performance as well. Absolutely brilliant, particularly in the first half tonight where we were literally unstoppable. 9 shots, 5 on target, 57% possession as well tonight. Absolutely world-class performance from England, but no doubt about it, man of the match in his best performance in a professional football appearance. Oliver Shaw, absolutely unstoppable. 3 assists, his first ever hat-trick of assists in the final of the European Championship. Everyone played well. Everyone put in a shift. I'm buzzing that Tony got a goal as well. But no doubt about it, the champagne, he'll be the first to drink out of the cup. Oliver Shaw, absolutely world class. So that will end today's episode of Career Mode, guys, and the end of the Euros as well. England are bringing the trophy back home with them from Germany. Such a shame we couldn't have played Olympia Stadion like, of course, they'll be doing in real life. But most important thing is the trophy's in the bag. I've won 2 honours as manager of a club, and now my first ever international honour. I might get a knighthood for this. European Champions, England, 2024. But that was this episode of Career Mode, guys. A big thank you for watching the Euros. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. And don't forget, in the very next episode, we'll be returning with the new season, a brand new season of Career Mode coming out tomorrow morning. It's season 6. We start it tomorrow with Roma, where after just 1 trophy picked up out of a possible 3 last season, the pressure's going to be on right from the first summer transfer window to improve our side and give us a better possible chance of winning more silverware next season. Have a great evening, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the start of a brand new season tomorrow morning.